Hey all, it's been about a week. I've been busy. I made a post on social media asking if anyone had any video requests for me. If you have any video requests for me, let me know in the comment section, whether it's here or wherever. Let me know if you have any requests, anything you want me to do a video on. I'll do my best for you. Anyway, my friend Bill came up with a really good idea. A topic that crossed my mind today. Someone asked if a certain song could ever be a popular dance song at events. My thought was, not every song played during the party/dancing portion of an event needs to be a dancing song. And I think he's right. We all know that we're doing dinner and cocktail music and people typically aren't dancing for that. Sometimes we're doing something like, I don't know, a car show maybe, or we're playing background music, and that's not really a dancing event. Maybe somebody dances, maybe they don't, but that's not the goal. It's background and ambience. But then it got me thinking about a conversation I had with a DJ last week. This is a popular DJ, and he's also involved in the DJ industry, equipment and things like that. He attended an event that another DJ who's involved in the industry was doing, and it was an ethnic event. He didn't know anybody there, but he attended. And he sat with the person who was DJing, he sat with their family, and he gained a real interesting perspective because everything sounded great, the lighting was great, the music was great, but there were large portions of the evening when there wasn't anyone on the dance floor. From the DJ's perspective, it might make you nervous because you feel like you need to keep people on the dance floor, and if you're not playing music that's bringing people onto the dance floor, you're not necessarily doing your job. But what my friend observed was nobody left and everyone was in conversation and having fun. There were people there, family, friends who hadn't seen each other in a long time, and they were talking and they were jumping from table to table. They were engaged in something other than dancing. I think it's hard for us to get our head around that. Well, they have to dance. If they don't dance, it's a fail. No, it's not a fail. Dancing is an activity they can do if they've got nothing to talk about or nothing to do, or they just had a lot of cocktails and want to dance. And there are events that I do, and I'm sure you do too, where the dance floor is packed all night. There are other events where there are portions of the evening when not a lot's happening, and you take it upon yourself, as a failure. It's like, oh no, what have I done? No. Look, it's not all about us and all about dancing at most events, especially things like wedding receptions and family gatherings. Wedding receptions, people haven't seen each other for a long time sometimes. My family is all from out of state. The only people in my family who live in this state, my immediate family, would be, Blanca and her people, but then my daughter and my mother, all my siblings, and anyone else who I'm related to lives out of state. If we all got together for something like a wedding, one of my nephews, we'd be engaged in conversation most of the time. And we've done it. I've had these events where I've attended for my nephews or my nieces or whatever, and we are engaged in conversation. Yeah, sure, people dance, but that's not why we're there. We're there to see each other and to celebrate the event and connect. So it's not always about dancing. With that in mind, if you can think of it from that perspective, something that we can do to help enhance this would be to not do anything that intrudes on it. What I mean by that is, and I've seen DJs do this, if no one's dancing, what a lot of DJs want to do is turn it up louder. Maybe they can't hear me. Maybe I need to be more aggressive. If you do that, you're making it harder for people to converse, which is what they're trying to do in the first place. It's a social event. You're actually not helping, you're hurting sometimes. Something else that we can do is maybe our light shows. Make them a little more comfortable for ambience, not necessarily strobes in people's eyes or lasers hitting people, or even moving heads or pars shooting at people and making it uncomfortable for them to look around or look in a certain direction. I've seen pictures that people have posted from events that they've done, from out in the audience. They've got light shows on, and everyone has their back turned to it, who's sitting at a table. They don't want to get blinded by this light. Look, I've had this conversation with you guys so many times, and I get a lot of pushback on it because a lot of you folks love the gig bars and that style of lights where the bars are on a bar and they're shooting out at people. Don't do that, man. That is not necessarily a nice thing to do for your audience or your client. It's not helping. It's hurting. So every time that we're putting a sound system together or a light show together, I think we need to keep that in mind. From our perspective, it may look and sound great. Put yourself in the audience's place. Have some empathy for your audience and understand what they're going through and what they're trying to accomplish. If the music's too loud and the lights are blinding people, they may eventually leave. If no one's leaving an event and they're engaged in conversation, you know what? That's okay. If people start leaving, they're bored. But if they're sticking around at tables and they're talking, you're actually doing your job, whether or not you're playing music that they're dancing to or not. That's my video for today. If you have any requests for me, let me know. Again, comment section, wherever it is, depending on your YouTube screen's orientation. And I will do my best to get it out for you. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. As always, practice and enjoy.